I am a follower of Jesus Christ. I have an opinion and I share it with you. I am the salt of the earth. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Salt of the Earth podcast. Amidst the chaos of political games and media storms, the left has once again demonstrated its penchant for distraction rather than resolution. This week, the biggest news by far was the unveiling of rampant waste and corruption within the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. Instead of focusing on this critical issue, the left and their allies in the mainstream media have chosen to fixate on the figure of Elon Musk and his young collaborators, attempting to divert public attention from the real scandal at hand. The United States Agency for International Development has been pronounced in two distinct ways in recent discourse. USAID suggesting a benevolent act of support, and USAID revealing their true identity as egregious spenders of taxpayer money. The agency, meant to be a beacon of American generosity and assistance, has instead become a beacon of inefficiency and misused funds. Elon Musk, appointed by President Trump to lead the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has been the target of relentless attacks from the left, not because he's corrupt or ineffective, but because he's not an elected official. This criticism is laughable, considering the history of unelected billionaires influencing politics, particularly from the left. George Soros, for instance, has funded numerous campaigns and organizations that push a progressive agenda, often with opaque methods and motives. His son, Alex Soros, continues this legacy, while Bill Gates has leveraged his wealth to influence policy on everything from education to global health, often with little scrutiny on his true intentions. Unlike these figures, Musk has operated with transparency, documenting his every move on social media, showing the public exactly what he's doing to root out inefficiency and corruption. The left's outrage isn't about Musk's involvement per se, but rather about the exposure of their own pet projects. They are not incensed by the unnecessary spending DOGE has uncovered, such as funding for a transgender comic book in Peru, a DEI musical in Ireland, or even the promotion of transgender agendas globally, which seems to be part of a broader, sinister intent to corrupt young minds and distort God's creation. As Genesis 1:27 states, "So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female, he created them." This divine design is what the left seems hell-bent on undermining, pushing ideologies that clash with traditional values and identities. The list of USAID's most outrageous expenditures reads like a mockery of fiscal responsibility: millions for inclusion in Vietnam, a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, and even funds to EcoHealth Alliance linked to controversial bat virus research in Wuhan. Media outlets have also benefited, with grants going to organizations like NPR, Politico, and the BBC, essentially creating a cycle of propaganda that supports the very spending they should be critiquing. Famous recipients include various NGOs, some of which have questionable agendas, further obscuring the waters of American aid. Moreover, USAID contributed $4 billion to Pfizer for the development of the COVID-19 vaccine, a move that should be scrutinized given the vaccine's known side effects, including blood clots, myocarditis, anaphylaxis, Bell's palsy, and Guillain-Barré syndrome. Yet, the mainstream media, instead of questioning this expenditure or the safety of such initiatives, has chosen to align with the left's narrative against Musk, ignoring the real story of corruption and waste. The left's attempts to drive a wedge between Musk and President Trump are transparently petty. Senator Elizabeth Warren calling Musk a co-president and the media's focus on a Time magazine cover with Musk at the Resolute desk, which Trump dismissively responded to, show how far they'll go to distract from fundamental issues. Why isn't it there outrage over Doge's findings? Because the left focus isn't on America succeeding, but on blocking President Trump's every move, refusing him the credit for his administration's achievements. Not to be outdone in the realm of absurdity, USAID also funneled millions into the pockets of Hollywood stars for their visits to Ukraine, turning humanitarian aid into a celebrity PR stunt. They threw $20 million at Angelina Jolie, $5 million at Sean Penn, $1.5 million at Jean-Claude Van Damme, $8 million at Orlando Bloom, and $4 million at Ben Stiller, all supposedly to boost morale, but conveniently aligning with a narrative that serves the political elite. These figures, parading around as goodwill ambassadors, were nothing more than pawns in a grand chess game of propaganda. The hypocrisy is palpable. The same people who decry the corruption in politics are more than happy to cash in when the government's checkbook opens. It's a slap in the face to every taxpayer, revealing a system where aid is just a euphemism for pay to play. But here's the kicker. The confirmation of reformers like Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been deliberately sabotaged. This isn't about competence, it's about control. These individuals represent the very antithesis of the swamp. They are the drain cleaners, the light bringers, the truth tellers. Their mere presence in government could dismantle decades of entrenched corruption. The establishment's refusal to confirm them screams louder than any headline. It's a confession of guilt, a desperate act to keep the shadows intact. By thwarting these nominations, they are not just playing politics. They are waging war on progress, on transparency, on America's potential to rise above the muck. In conclusion, while the left howls about Musk's big balls, his young collaborator who was fired and then rehired after some spicy past tweets came to light, maybe they should do a bit of soul-searching about their own missteps. We are all human, prone to error, but it's the mending part that counts. And let's just say one side seems more into DIY soul repair than the other. Let's rally for better governance, not just indulge in the political equivalent of a food fight at a kindergarten. After all, America shouldn't be stuck in the mud of the left's distractions and the mainstream media's echo chamber. We've got bigger fish to fry, or in this case, bigger balls to juggle. Be the salt of the earth.